Oh.
Scott may not have read Doyle's book, perhaps because he's part of a new school of player that's taking a different approach to learning the game.
We're all under 24. Forget it.
So, TJ, what do you think about all these young kids?
Own the World Series of Poker.
There's room for everybody.
What?
There's room for everybody. The old-time players, we were kind of a different breed than these young kids. It was kind of the way out of poverty, but we had a good time. They're educated, they're smart, and they manage themselves like businessmen.
I play poker full time. I play a lot on the internet.
The internet is great because you can get in, 10,000 hands a week.
When I was playing, I got a deck of cards, and I just dealt through thousands of times to see what the percentages were in different hands.
I've seen every situation, I've played so many hands that everything's like automatic. I feel like I'm one of the best players there is.
How can you lose with 2 8s?
Well, I wish I was 23 years older than that.
These kids learn in 5 minutes what it took me years.
We're gonna take over the poker world.
We're bringing in this new surge of power, and everybody's gonna have to start
Totally focused and concentrating. All the pieces will come together, and that can lead to a great big win.
So why has Eric Seidel had so much free time for puzzles, pots, and painting these past few weeks? Well, his poker play just hasn't been up to par lately.
Over the last couple of years, I'm probably the most consistent player on the tour. Starting with this year, I really haven't done anything. I've been to one final table. My friends on the death watch here. You really have to look at these things in the long term. Every day you show up for work, and 99% of the time you go home disappointed. 1 or 2 times a year you win a great tournament, and all of a sudden you're thrilled, you're a genius again. Eventually things will turn around, I hope, or else my house will be for sale.
Scott Fishman is in no mood for chit-chat right now.
I think it's hard to lie about your hand because they'll see it later.
The cameras do indeed see all. Well, Norm, I guess 55 years of poker experience are of some value when you get into the main event. Scott Fishman still trying to figure out the old pro. Another member of the crew, Dutch Boy, down to about 4,000 chips right now, taking on one of the veterans here, Howard Lederer. Is all in for over 20,000 chips against his good friend, Chris Jesus Ferguson, the man who won this event back in 2000. And Ferguson folds his hand, and Eric wins it.
Eric says that he does not play well on TV, but in front of our cameras just now, he's able to take in those chips. He looked pretty good.
Doing his best impression of Top Gun, Scott Fishman just learning that fellow crew member Dutch Boyd's been eliminated.
Dutch is out.
Women have been succeeding at the World Series of Poker now for about 10 years.
I think women actually have a certain advantage at the poker table.
They may have better intuition, they may have better stamina.
They go through a lot of more emotional strain than men, bringing up kids and stuff like that.
The corpora callosum that connects the two halves of the brain, the right brain and the left brain, is larger in women.
Check dark. Definitely, with some men, you have an advantage being a woman. Right. Because the male ego gets involved.
They, want to be friendly with you, and they want to be nice to you, so they'll check the river to me when they have the best hand just because I'm a woman poker player.
The bottom line is I just don't like to beat the woman, period. And I don't want to lose to them either.
Did you catch me beating my brother a pot? Women can compete with the men, and it's not so scary, and you can get to the top of the game, and you can be just as good as any man in the world.
Celebrities do yesterday. Any of them survive it?
The girl, well, she survived on the first day. Laura Papone from that 70s show.
How about Toby Maguire? What do you do?
He got busted. He got busted lately.
I outlasted Moneymaker and Farhad, man. That means I'm the 3rd best player in the world.
I played spectacular poker for 2 days and I'm out. I made laydowns no one else in the world would have made. And it wasn't that hard for me to do. And I'm out. So, but maybe there's a reason why I'm out. I don't know. It's frustrating.
Win or lose, Phil Hellmuth always
It feels like this tournament started days ago.
My tournament started about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true too.
Howard is always run into hard luck in the main event. He finished 5th the first time he played in 1987, and since then, he's never made it back to the final table.
I'm ready for a break, but I'll happily wait 5 days for a few days off.
A few more days of work would bring Howard to the championship table.
Doyle Brunson looking at a suited King 10. And he has been pushing around this featured table all night long, and he'll bet 3,500 chips. And the table folds over to Howard Lederer, a pair of sevens.
And he is in the big blind. And he calls Doyle's bet.
So with the 2 sevens, Lederer has a slight lead as these two respected giants of poker go head to head. And now the flop comes 4, 3, 7, and a set of sevens for Howard Lederer.
And Howard will slow play his set, trying to set a trap against a man who's been smelling out traps since the Whig Party was popular. He's hoping to induce a bet from Texas Dolly. Dolly does have a flush draw.
I'm all in.
I call.
God almighty.
And Howard has gotten Texas Dolly to play right into his hands, and it's Howard now all in with 37,000 chips.
So Brunson with the semi-bluff.
All right. Rock and roll.
He still could make the best hand when he bet the flush, but Howard's in a strong position.
And here comes the turn card. It's a king. Brunson pairs up, and Lederer's 3 sevens are still best.
But another king would give Lederer a full house.
Need a black one, son.
So the only way Brunson can knock out Howard would be with a river spade.
And here comes the river card. Oh, and it's a spade, and Howard Lederer is eliminated.
Good hand, Dolly.
Sorry, bud. Pretty lucky there.
Brutal finish for Howard. When you try and trap an opponent, sometimes you trap yourself, and it hurts.
Howard Lederer had been holding his own throughout this main event, and just like that, he is gone.
It's not every day you get to play for $5 million, so I'm a little disappointed right now. You know, you start thinking about this one the day you get knocked out of the last World Championship event. So, I mean, I've got a year to wait. It's gonna be a long time.
My name's Erin Ness. I'm a photo assistant at Maxim Magazine.
Woo! All right, it's on.
I'm here at the World Series because I won an office tournament. And I'm here.
They're all dead now and they know it.
Playing a home game is much different.
I'll be the first one to say I'm getting lucky.
Before I even got out here, we booked my return flight for Monday night, assuming that I would only play one day. So every day I've had to move the flight back one day, and I've just kind of had this attitude like, well, I'll probably be out today, so I'll be going back tomorrow, but so far I've lasted. I try and stay very humble, but there might be a little trash talking when I go home.
Oh, look who's here. Sam Farha, second place last year, busted out in round 1 this year.
That man would look good in a compression chain.
This man from Denmark is taking Vegas by storm.
I'm Gus Hansen, and I'm a professional poker player. I think actually my reputation has helped me a little bit.
I'm too scared when you're not even in a pot.
Players is going to be afraid of me because, I mean, I just play recklessly and they know I'm going to play every hand.
You played me like a little girl already.
I think I might have that slight advantage of them being a little bit afraid of messing with me. My style is definitely, I mean, any 2 cards can win. Probably never lacked any confidence at all. So I mean, this is no limit hold'em, and this is where you can make the big bluffs.
I won it back in '95.
Dan Harrington's our 1995 world champion.
I received a little bit of notoriety.
Dan Harrington goes out in 3rd place.
Coming in 3rd last year was 10 times the amount of interest I received when I won the tournament. I was at the Bellagio, standing in line, daydreaming. Boy, I really would like to be some kind of famous movie actor like Ben Affleck. He wouldn't have to stand here in line. And lo and behold, a host comes up to me and says, "Oh, Mr. Harrington, I'm sorry, we didn't see you standing here. Please follow me and come over here." This was the highlight of my last year, was that one incident. And I think that capsulizes exactly what's happening in the poker world.
Well, as we well know, one man not afraid to celebrate. Right there on the left of your screen is Mike Matisow, finding himself in a big hand with this man, Greg Raymer. Greg from Connecticut. Oh, talk about evil eye, Norm.
If this guy walks into a train station looking like that, I'm taking the bus.
Raymer, glasses and all, has put down a 20,000 chip raise with 2 sevens and a straight draw on the board. Matisow comes over the top with a 40,000 chip raise.
Putting a lot of pressure on Raymer.
Raymer considers, does he want to lose that many chips here? Nope, he folds it.
You gotta stop me, buddy. I'm gonna bust you if you me.
Matisow taunting Raymer here.
All right, Mikey.
You ain't playing with kids, buddy.
All right, Mikey.
I got balls of steel.
He's got one
Steel balls.
Just came over.
I got big cojones. You got little cojones.
Talk about him, Mike. That's all right. Talk about yourself all you want. He's joking around. We know that.
I'm just joking, bro. You know that. Uh-oh.
He doesn't understand your joke, man.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm just messing with you.
Raymer just scribbled in his notebook, seat number 1 is a jerk.
I know that.
Disappointment.
I could have just folded. I could have just folded, but I'm getting low on chips too. I was getting low on chips. Yeah.
This ain't easy, man.
No. It's not supposed to be.
I tell you what.
What good would it be if it was easy?
For anybody out there that thinks they want to play poker for a living, don't do it. It's the sickest thing any human being could ever do. Ever.
It's a pain in the ass, ain't it?
It's just sick. It's just complete compulsive.
And it's a profession that Matisow has lived through in his best and worst times, yet he keeps coming back for more.
How good am I? Well, in the old days, I used to have a big ego and say nobody plays better than me. Nobody plays, and I was convinced of it. And the truth of the matter is big egos in poker will take you down. You got to believe you're good, but you got to be humble. I was set for life. I was a millionaire. I was set, and I blew it all. Life in the fast lane could take over anybody, you know, partying and strippers and the Vegas lifestyle, and I watched my whole poker life go down the tubes in 2 years, and I lost it all. As much as I've partied the last 3 years, I feel like I'm like 90. It's tough to actually get your confidence back to believe you're as good as you used to be. Once you think you can't win, you're done, and that's the whole thing of being able to bounce back. I've gone through the roughest times of my life ever, and I fought through it, I battled through it, and I'm back. I'm playing great. I am playing at that level I played at 3 years ago, and that's nothing better, nothing greater feeling for me. From the day I played my first hand of poker, the only thing in my life was thought about was winning this tournament.
So second place in this one, no good for you, right?
No.
good.
Anything less than first, I just go and kill myself.
Many players, when I'm wearing those glasses, will say they just can't look at me. It's too disconcerting, it's just too annoying to stare me down.
I look at his eyes and I'm confused.
Many players, if they're uncomfortable, maybe they'll make a bad decision.
I probably would have moved in if it wasn't for those glasses. I know, they're amazing.
When you're looking down, the hologram really doesn't show. So if I put them on for the first time and I look up at you, and then it just, bam, I've seen people just jump.
Raise all in.
One guy actually yesterday at the beginning of the day was like, oh God, don't look at me with those. You're making me sick to my stomach.
Can you take off your glasses so I can see what's cooking?
I don't really do it because I think it adds a significant edge to my game, but if it adds any at all.
Boy, tomorrow's gonna be a long, long, long day.
I hope it's a long day.
Not me.
Well, if it's a super short day, that means bad news.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good point.
Better a long
We
day.
check in with Rose Ritchie, the last woman left in the field. And as an underdog in this hand, Rose Ritchie will risk all the chips that she has against Ben Johnson's 2 queens.
An incredible run for Rose Ritchie. She has outlasted more than 95% of the field, but to stay alive now, she's going to need an ace or a club.
And this Florida grandmother looking to have her prayers answered.
One more club.
And a turn card, 2 of spades, no help to Rose.
Come on, ace or club.
One last chance for Rose Ritchie.
And the river card, 7 of hearts, wins it for Ben Johnson.
Good hand.
Rose Ritchie eliminated in 98th place, the last woman left in the field.
Good luck, everybody.
Raymer acting decisively and aggressively again, going all in on just a draw. He's got the nut flush draw. He Get 2 overcards against the pair of 9s.
Count that.
And Matusow apparently considering risking most of his chips with a pair of 9s.
And these two dancing again, and they've had a lot of frays between each other.
About 230,000, huh? Well, if I'm right, I'm a chip leader. If I'm wrong, I'm hurting. Mike, you always had faith in your reads, buddy. You always had faith in your reads. Don't let your reads let you down one time this time. Please don't let it be wrong.
If Matusow calls, Raymer's tournament life is at stake here.
230,000, right?
241,000.
How much?
241,000.
Just that? That's it?
If I counted it right.
Told you I was gonna bust you when you came after me, didn't I? Don't let me be wrong, God. Call.
Mike the Mouth will risk about 2/3 of his chips to try to knock out Raymer.
Wrong, God. No diamond, baby.
Don't let me get unlucky. One time, baby.
Blank on a turn, dealer. Do blank.
Turn card 2 of diamonds, and that gives Greg Raymer the winning flush.
Yes! How satisfying it must be for Raymer.
I play to win, baby. I play to win. You got to get 26 million in chips. I play to win.
And that rips the heart out of Mike Matusow, not to mention 2/3 of his chips going to Raymer.
You know why I called him before the flop? Because I knew what he had before the flop.
Thank you for busting me, Mike.
But I knew he had nothing.
He didn't have exactly nothing. He actually did have a draw.
Don't make a
though,
difference.
right?
It's going to be more hard work to get the money. You don't understand. I go with my, I know.
Tell you what, I really am pulling for you hard. Break all the records. Show me I can win when I'm 70, baby. He got one more inning, didn't he? Oh, he might have 5, 6, 10 more in him.
Doyle has that, has he left yet look on his face?
Last year I thought was tough with 839, but this like staggers the imagination. I predicted that no one over 45 would win this event, and I still hold with that prediction. Let's play poker. I'm now 58 years old. My attention span is not as good. My energy level is not as good. You got to be young. I mean, you got to be in your 20s and 30s to do this.
What the hell? Let's gamble.
The beauty of this game is that someone who's older like myself, luck helps to mask the loss of ability that you've had over the years due to your age. When you're playing a game and you're under a lot of pressure, you make sure you're using the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
What do you shoot? Right now, I'd be lucky to break 95.
All right, I shoot about 205.
It's my first time ever playing 9 holes, but you know, I like to gamble.
500 a hole?
1,000, come on. You got me out the house, you want to play 500 a hole? I mean, you're incredible. Oh no! Sit.
Oh gosh.
Wow, that was bad.
Oh gosh.
Robert, I'm in here.
You find your ball?
I bet you don't get on the green, Robert.
How much you want in the bet? 500?
Oops! He dogged it.
No more, you got the 500. How's this thing work in reverse? We're gonna play this hole straight up, $5,000.
I would like to bet more.
On this hole?
Yeah.
How much you want to play for?
10,000.
You bet. One ball for 10 G's.
Trino! I'm ready to play for 50,000 next hole.
Oh my gosh!
Gentlemen, I hate to hassle you, but it's taken you a little longer than 2 hours to play 3 holes, so
okay.
You're about to set the world record here at TTC at a 12-hour round, so if you could, please pick it up.
Murphy has won the hand. He has become our first player this year over 1 million chips.
And he wins back-to-back hands on semi-bluff bets.
21. Check his ID. Maybe we'll kick him out.
ID check coming up.
Guess he don't look 21. He looks about 17.
Tournament director Matt Savage is going to check his ID.
I'm busted.
I'm trying to get them chips back in play, boys.
Hey, I hope so, man. I hope them chips just roll on out here, man. We can split them, you know?
Is it real?
1982.
Norm, I've never said anything, but I got to back to the 2004 World Series of Poker main event about halfway through the dog days of the tournament. Turn card,
blank, baby.
7 of hearts.
Blank, deuce.
And
Deuce.
now on the river,
Deuce.
only a queen
Deuce.
would knock Mattisau
Deuce.
out of the main event.
It is a queen.
No!
Ed Foster has knocked Mattisau out of this tournament.
Why do I get deserveless?
A catastrophic hit to Mike Mattisau, who never shies away from showing his emotions.
This game is brutal for people, man.
He's going to take that bad, though.
And before it's over, you might end up with something like that. So, you know, you got to be able to take it both ways. I mean,
No Mike Mattisau blow up on that final hand, just plain bad luck.
See the call I made on the guy earlier? I played the best poker in my life, man.
I gotta be the sickest person in the whole entire universe. Oh boy, I thought this was my year. Damn. How does that happen to somebody? Oh well. I ain't playing a nickel and dime, I'm playing to win. I'm happy. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Dang it.